To my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, Mbolweni, my dear children, this is your queen, Queen Ngningone II, 17th generation crown queen of the Fang people and of the Diasporan Africans, also known as the Immortals. My dear children, welcome, welcome, welcome to Nubia, the path to return, the home of the African royals. Now, if you are new to my channel and you like my vibe, stick around, you might learn something. Now, to my returning amazing and beautiful African royals, welcome back. My dear children, today we are going to continue the honoring and healing the African feminine. My dear children, it's just funny. Yesterday I tried to get on a live stream. I've never seen a stream that blurred out. I mean, the stream was literally blurred out at almost, 80%. This is to tell you the battle we have up against us. You will see people live stream dogging her, dogging the black woman, what they call black woman. You know, some of our children are under the illusion in America that they were the first one the oppressor had stripped naked of their African identity and calling them black. You know, they started calling us black on the continent after they conquered us. It was the war against anything African. African names, African spirituality, African culture, African everything. So to some of our lunatics who, you know, want to make it a black American type of thing, my dear children, we need to heal, okay? Black is not an identity, it's a downgrade. What do they define that word to be? Let's take a look in the dictionary, what they say that word even means. So my dear children, if you look up the definition black, all right, our former masters have of that word black. They say it means of any human group having dark colored skin, especially of African or Australian Aboriginal ancestry. So what does it mean? The term black, to define yourself as an identity, is basically letting the world know you are yet to come to know who you are. Because the former masters, in their definition of that word black, they say of any human group having dark colored skin, especially of African. So while you go out there calling yourself black, you're doing yourself a disfavor, my dear daughters. What is a black woman? They started calling us black on the continent after stripping us off of our languages, after stripping us off of our identity, which is African. Our race is African, like Professor Small said. Our identity is African, our race is African. So they started calling us black after they stripped us of our spirituality. After they have broken our men and everything, they started calling us black. On the continent, South Africans are very familiar, Zimbabweans, Mozambicans, they're very familiar being called black. But it's just that in some places they found a big resistance as they called us black. We were like, no, I'm a Fang woman. I'm an African woman. Now that you set the boundary, you know, now we are called Gabonese. I'm a Gabonese woman. That's how it works. So in our eyes, a black person is a street naked African. An African that was successfully able to take away the language, take away the sense of self, take away the culture, take away the spirituality, take away everything, and mold and shape it to what they want. So I want my precious daughter out there to reject that identity of being black, because when you go to the world and introduce yourself as a black woman, it shows weakness to people who have culture. That's why Indians mock us. That's why Chinese mock us. That's why Jews mock us. That's why anybody who's sitting on a solid culture mock us, because they are yet to know who they are. That's why you see even our celebrities getting humiliated. It doesn't matter how much money you have, but if you are yet, to discover who you are and to claim your identity, you're still a defeated person. I had to say something about it. Now that we got it out of the way, if you land on this channel, I am not catering to the people who are comfortable with all their dysfunction. I am not catering to people who are comfortable with being lost. In fact, they exploit our weaknesses just like the oppressors have been doing. This channel is not. So when you come around me, know that when I say African, I'm talking to that human group of people of dark color who come from Africa, all right? So I don't play their games, their little word games. They insist in making you believe that you're black because they have something to gain from you being lost. Point blank, period. Okay? Now, on this channel, we build queens. We help restore queens. We understand that the African woman is the mother of humanity. Number one, she has been chosen by the Creator to birth humanity. So basically, she birthed the white, she birthed the red, she birthed the brown, she birthed everybody. Science is there now to bear us witness of such a statement. This is not a Ngningone thing. Number two, she was chosen to bear the race of Nzambe on earth. All right. So as long as there will be Africans, okay, not black. Blacks are what is left of us after colonization and slavery. As long as Tata Nzambe want to maintain Africa on earth and full with her children, the black woman will be around. So basically, those who have a problem with her, they need to adjust their hatred against her, for she's not going anywhere. All right. So you have to know who you are. You have to know the value you hold. You have to know how valuable you are in the eyes of our Creator, Tata Nzambe, and in the eyes of our forefathers and our foremothers. All right. So I am here to remind you of the royalty you were born into and the responsibility bestowed upon you. Because for as long as you will be on the ground where they threw you, we're going to have a bunch of little lunatics running around. First, you were chosen. What does it mean? The Creator chose you, African woman, to birth humanity. It means like you the top of the top. You are the cream of the crop. You are the top chick in the house. In terms of beauty, hello, for a long time they made you believe you're ugly. Now your facial structure and your features are making surgeons rich around the world. They all want your lips. They all want your high cheekbones. They all want your square chin. They all want everything you have all of the sudden. They want your plumpy hair. They want your natural small waist, your hourglass shape. They're removing ribs to look like you. Do you realize what's going on around you? Just like I was saying when I was with our two royal daughters on the Two Real show, just like the Caucasian woman has to face her reality that she lost, she fell. That's why the monsters she created are coming home to roost, because down the line, she molded those monsters. So the truth come back to us. For our people, she gives the right to rule. There's no king without a queen by his side. So she gives him the right to rule. From a boy, she makes him a man when she marries him. It means that she has saw in him the qualification of a man. So her entering into matrimony with him is her seal of approval for his peers to start viewing him as a man. In our society, a single man is a boy. It doesn't matter how much money he has. He cannot dare speak in the council of elders because they don't view him as a man. He's a boy until a queen comes and consecrates him and crown him king. Then he can sit among the elders and give his opinion about the issue the community is facing. So you see, we come with that power. Our people also say that the female child brings abundance to a family. Many of our people know, especially for a young union, when the firstborn is a female, it means that it's going to be a prosperous union. It's going to be loving. It's going to be protective. It's going to have everything a marriage should have to grow and become solid, to become a whole tree of its own and grow and start having branches and so on. Don't let what happened fool us. Pre-colonial time, we sat on a lot of power. In our society, a woman was allowed not to get married, but and yet ensure a legacy for herself. There were female in the community that just chose not to get married. Sometimes it's their parents, because as you know, she's the throne, so she brings the abundance. So in many families, especially the found group, the house of Joseph in Israel, those of Manasseh and Ephraim, they are known to be abundant. So their female are the lucky charm because all the power was put in their female. When they come into a man's life, give them a few years, they become prosperous. If only they're smart enough to understand that since this woman came into my life, look at this, I have this, I have that, doors just seem to open, anything I do is a success. You have to be able to read these signs to recognize the jewel or the gift God and the ancestors have bestowed upon you. So that's why a lot of Fang women, a lot of Ntumu, Bulu, Betty, the Fang group, the house of Joseph, those of Manasseh and Ephraim, they're very abundant. So they're very sought after. So you have to see that in our society, she never came last. That patriarchal thing is the Caucasian thing, all right? It's not our thing. So it is great time that the African woman awakens to who she truly is. She's the mother of humanity. She's the queen of the earth. In order for her to have a king next to her, she has to vet him. She has to tell God and the ancestor, this is the one I have chosen. Make a king out of him, because she's the one who gives that right to rule. So what happens when we want to play the Western game? We follow these men. We follow the rank. They're trying to shovel down our throats. You come last after me. No, you dare not have a better job than me. I'm going to sabotage you because I'm the man. I come first. As long as we play these games, we let a man put us in front of a camera to go and insult other women because he dared marry us. Let me tell you something. Men don't marry us. They propose and we accept or we decline. So we the one marrying them. That's why in our culture, they're the one who bring gifts. They're the one who bring dowry. They're the one who bring cash. They're the one who bring all kind of things to woo our people, to convince them that they indeed deserve us. So don't let the reversal of the values and the morals and the mirth trap you. You are the one who marries him. That's why it's not your job to go after him and propose him. We don't do that. We are queens and empresses. We sit and we attract who we want, okay? We attract who we want. In this time of awakening, We are not even a bit lost anymore. We now know what we need to go back to. We didn't build kingdoms while we were blacks. No. We didn't build all this wealth the European came and stole while we were blacks. We built all that wealth while we were African queens, and this is who we need to go back to. A channel that is promoting, healing, and elevating you is being attacked. Yeah, the minute I got live yesterday, the streaming was perfect clear. But and then my ancestors were telling me the same people we call you to help heal are sabotaging you. And who are they? These toxic males. They've been the one coming openly after me. These toxic males. As I said in the video, in the live stream, they blurred because I wasn't insulting you. I wasn't calling you shameless. I wasn't calling you sellout. I wasn't calling you B-word. I wasn't calling you whatever. The internet allowed our own to call our own these days. I was putting you on your throne where you belong. You are the birther of humanity. What does it mean? Without you, none of these idiots will be around. Now they took our power. Our forefathers sold out. The Caucasian man came and told him that we worth nothing. Whatever we say doesn't count. That's why they have that attitude. They go around sabotaging you. When you get a better job than them in your marriage, they become wasteful with your money. It's a way to show you that they don't care, they don't respect you, they don't see that you're filling their shoes. And instead of treating you with love and more care and appreciation, no, they want to knock you down. That's why they destroy your children, because themselves they destroy, because you're letting them on your throne. When you allow idiots, okay? Because in our culture, the woman is the teacher of the tradition, of the culture, of the morals, of the values, of the do's, of the don'ts. And the father, our fathers are the enforcer of that teaching. So the father is to make sure that the child is applying what the mother is teaching him. So when you let your throne of a teacher to idiots that number one have been brainwashed by the Caucasian man. The books they claim they know so much about, given to them by Caucasians. The diploma given to them by Caucasians. The mind tricks, the manipulation, that psychology, they go and get degrees just to come and become another Caucasian around us, given to them by Caucasians, manipulating us with words. Oh, you are American, but and yet I am yet to apply the law when it comes to anybody that mess with you as an American. No, because you black. That's the manipulation. They go around calling you goddess, queen, and it warms your heart because you haven't been around people who love you. You haven't been around people who tell you you are valuable. You haven't been around people who tell you that you are our mother. Even at your weakest point, we are not to exploit you, but dust you up, clean you up, and put you back on your throne. For us being on a throne depends on you remaining on yours. No, they want to come and play, but and yet they treat you like you nothing, right? When you let stupid man write books, all right? When you let stupid man who had never raised a family, who goes around, using women any way they see fit, they are yet to raise a family. They are yet to show their household full of successful kids they have raised. But you let such idiot write a book on how you, the African queen and princess, need to raise your children. My daughters, that's why we are in the predicament we are in. Because we take our power and give it to them. As the mothers, we need to show them their rightful place around us. That's how it works. We bring forth, we choose who's gonna cry, yeah, and who won't make it. We have that power. God didn't give us that power for us to destroy ourselves. God didn't give us that power for us to bundle it up and hand it over to idiots. Now you see what happened. They can't help a black woman or African woman unless she loses her pride. They're prostituting you. When you see our daughters walking the street, there's a black man in a car, just rolling around, claiming they're protecting her, when they're stripping her naked of every honor she was born with. This is what they do. They send you to work. You bring home the money. Well, during the day, they ride your car. You shelter them. You feed them. You break yourself into two when the kids need something. You the one worrying about it. Dude walks around like it's no problem, because the more burden he dumps on you, the better off you are. This is the reality of most of our daughters. And the reason for is the war was waged on them. So we had to be strong. We had to be the dad and the mom for the children. But the time has come for us to heal and for them to heal and take their rightful place around us. They need to know their place around us. Okay? So you're the mother of humanity, the top woman in the universe. That's why the Creator chose you and nobody else. So when it comes to beauty, you lead. When it comes to loving, you lead. When it comes to strength, you lead. When it comes to intellect, the Western people call it intellect, our people call it wisdom, knowledge, you lead. You are the bridge between the Creator and His children on earth. Carry yourself accordingly. You are it. Without you, none of us will be around. And in our culture, we don't go for the mothers. In Bantu land, when children argue, they go for the fathers. Yeah, your stupid father. Because we know the father are the enforcer. So you go around insulting people, you go around mistreating people, disrespecting people, because you didn't have that enforcer at home. That's why we go for the father in our land. Yeah, your father, that idiot who failed to teach you right. That's what we do. The mother is off limit. We don't touch her. She's not part of any jokes. She's not part of any whatever. We don't touch her because our elders taught us the power she's sitting on. All right? You're sitting on tremendous power. When I say that you are the connection between the divine, Tatan Zambe, and his children, what you say goes. With your mouth, you build them up. You rise up in the morning. You bless them. A good husband is to be revered. We the one who get on our knees and pray Tatan Zambe to elevate him. And pray Tatan Zambe as he left the house, bring him back safely. And pray Tatan Zambe to keep predators off of his earnings. And pray Tatan Zambe, this is our job. He stands strong because one of us is behind him. His mother, his aunt, his wife, his girlfriend or something. Don't let the demonic role reversal get you, my dear daughters. Teach your children. Teach them love. Teach them respect. Some men are better not to have around. Some men are better not to have around. They will tell you submit. I'm like, these girls are criminals. To get out there, ask our daughter to submit. Submit to what? Submit to what, my children? When we're talking about 15% of our men are our friends. 15% of our men are our supporters, are our protectors, are our providers. So in America, it's intentional. They give the jobs to the female, to combat the man. We know that. We know. But what do us Africans do? When you see our brothers and sisters coming from the continent, a lot of our brothers are driving a cab, and yet they have a law degree. And yet they have a PhD in something. Do you think that's enough to break our marriages? No. We understand this is how the system works. The African man has the understanding that his woman, he's one with her. He came from a black woman. He came from an African woman. If he wants his rightful place on earth, he has to take his rightful place next to her. She validates him in the eyes of his peers as a man. She crowns him king when the time has come for him to be crowned king. She's the one who petitioned to the ancestors, to Tatan Zambe, for his protection and everything he needs. We understand that as long as one of us is in there, we are in there. This is what we look. Okay, my love, you go and get that big corporate job. I'm gonna drive the cab, and when I get home, if the kids need food, I can cook food for them. If I know how to cook, I can order food for them. Anything I can do to lift the burden off of my queen, I will do. That's why you see a lot of our boys, the mothers are starting to break that. Oh no, boys shouldn't do this, no, it's not true. We have fathers who found themselves widowers who raised their children by themselves. One of them is an influencer. Our son, Woda Moya, a beautiful wife. They just got married. Check them out on YouTube. Trudy. She shared her story. Her father found himself widower and he raised his children by himself and alone. Because yes, we will teach them. You have to help your wife. Take burden off of her until you find men who understand that dynamic. My daughter, my princess, my queen, you are not to submit to brokenness. You are not to submit to abuse. You are not to submit to insult. You are not to submit to someone clearly pimping you. He's around you. All he brings to the table is a penis, a functioning penis. And then they may get half of the rent or half of the mortgage, but they feel their boss around. They have become the bully who whooped their behind for centuries. You are the one who holds the secret to heal all that, my beautiful daughters. All right? Stop calling them babies. Calling them baby, it's a Western thing. Baby this, baby that, that's why they come in your life acting like a baby, expecting for you to feed them, expecting for you to clothe them, expecting from you to shelter them. Start raising our sons, calling them boss, call them chief, call them prince, call them future king. That's what our mothers do back at home. They don't call them baby. Baby what? Even we, when we born, our fathers call us mama because they have named us after a matriarch who meant so much to them. And they will treat us accordingly. Even when we do something wrong, they don't talk to us like dogs, yelling on top of your lungs. Some of our daughters are used to be yelled at. Some of our daughters are used to be, beaten. And they feel that when they go around looking for guidance, the man who yells the most is the man. No, our fathers never talk to us yelling. They will have you sit down. They will tell you, Mama, you did this. I'm so disappointed. I expect more from you. You are capable of doing more. You can do better than that. They will challenge you. They will tell you it's in your blood to overcome this. It's in your blood to conquer. It's in your blood to defeat any adversity. Our fathers will tell us, they will build us up. When we forget our role, they say, Mama, come here. Do you know how important you are to me? And to your mother, and to your brothers, and to your sisters. But we got used to be yelled at. We got used to be talked down on. You would see the people insulting them. This is where they flop. They're going to go and watch another woman who feels she's righteous because a man dare marry her or a man dare propose to her. Now she feels she's a clan, she's a status of another, but the same man is sitting in the background telling her to insult you, her sister. And she goes, yeah, you fat, you ugly, you hopeless, you a loser, you black woman, you black. Of course, they can only launch such attack on you as long as you choose to be black. You choose to be naked and barefoot. You run away from the healing. Your female ancestors are curling you. All they are doing is on the other side waiting with their arms stretched out towards you. Just call them. My mothers, I'm ready. My mothers, I'm tired of being humiliated, being abused, being used. My mother, come and heal me. And you'll start seeing them in your dreams. They will come and give you a hug. They will come and show you your life purpose. They will come and give you strength. When you cry, they appear to you and want you to stop crying. They be around you. Of course, they can attack any woman. They took away the culture. They took away, the wisdom. They took away the spirituality. They took away the language. They took away the values. They took away the mirth. It's a battle you can't win. After stripping you off naked, they're making channels insulting you. And rightfully so, my daughter, as long as you keep on letting it go. You have to sit on your throne. Don't let bullies, idiots, who never made a woman happy, bless her with children and raise these children, providing for them. Making strong men and women after them. You let such idiots writing books, teaching you how to raise your children, and you buy it. That's why you get what you get. I'm not saying that there's not wisdom among us. Look at the older generation, the Socialist Party of the African people. I call him Papa Uru. Papa Uru. A Munkosi like him, listen to him. He doesn't play their games. He doesn't. He's an African man. He stand and tell them, like I used to say my grandfather, when I tell you our blood is among you. My grandfather used to set schools on fire. So I have no respect for this idiot that comes with the most educated nonsense. They're the most indoctrinated, and they took the manners of their bully former masters. That's what they do. African men are gentle yet powerful. African men are knowledgeable, but and yet you will go to Africa, you see a boy take care of an entire community. When you hear that it takes a village to raise a child, and when our children grow, you will see them. They go to the village and bring tons and tons of rice for everybody in the village. They know the fathers are gone. They have a bunch of widows in the village. They will take it over themselves to feed these widows, to train their children. Things real men do. I come from a culture of real men. Not when they come and help you pay your rent, they feel they can slap you, they can beat you, they can talk to you anyhow. No. My daughter, is because you're running away from the power Tata Nzambe gave you. You're running away from the power your foremothers, your female ancestors gave you. My daughters, we build them up with our tongue and we tear them up with that same tongue. You are his fountain of wealth. Real life doesn't really begin for him until he welcomes you in his life. You are his fountain of protection. When there's a traditional marriage, when you marry in a solid family, like a royal family, they have a lot of artifacts. The father will give you a little ancient weapon. Why? Because now you become her protector. It may seem benign in the eye, but it's him sending you off with her protector, her spiritual warriors. Now you're gonna have spiritual security everywhere you go, because they best not let anything happen to you because of that daughter of theirs you are husband of, because these grandchildren of theirs that you are father of. This is how it works. So bless those who bless you. Wake up in the morning, face east at sunrise. Bless your husband. Those of us with good husband, blessing. Call on divine protection upon him. Call in divine guidance upon him. Call in divine wisdom upon him. Mothers, bless your children with this tongue our mothers teach us. We build them up and we tear them down with our own very tongue. With this tongue, my dear daughter, we build them up and tear them down. All right? So who do we praise? Who do we call my king? the one who acts like one around us, who protect us, who provide for us, who love us, no matter what, even when we are being hazards to ourselves. He will hold us. He's like, no, this is not you. Get back on that throne quick. Those we elevate, we praise. There's no submission, like submit. If a queen gonna submit to a king, that king gonna submit to other kings around the world. That's how it happened. The submission game, we call it appreciation. But since the Caucasian came from a barbaric culture where they feel that a group of people, if it's not their women, is some African people or some other nation that they're threatening, somebody gotta submit to them. You know, when you hate yourself, you need a subject to crown you a tyrant over them. So in our culture is mutual respect, mutual appreciation. We praise our men, okay? We praise them. We don't submit. In our culture, there's a confusion because when you use the word submission, the European believe in submission because they're barbaric people. They don't have a sense of self unless they're ruling over a group of people. Before their brothers as slaves, they were ruling over their women, setting them on fire when they touch on spirituality, behead them when they want to divorce them, all madness. So people who don't have a sense of self are the people who feel the need to be worshipped, and in order for that to happen, they have to apply terror on their subjects. Okay, so us in Africa, we didn't see our mothers submit. No, it's mutual appreciation. We saw our mothers praising our father, call them my king, hey chief, hey boss. This is how we know she's happy. So depending on the title she's attaching to his name, we know how happy she is. And it's a man's job to make sure those praises never stop coming. Now, if you are with a savage, my dear sons, a broken woman who literally treats you like a slave no matter what you do, who doesn't show appreciation, who doesn't praise you, because this is how you draw your strength. All right. You know, when we used to make good grade, we go home, our mothers, yeah, this is what keeps us going. So it's the same thing. You know, within a marriage, if you don't praise your man, you don't tell him how wonderful he is to you and the kids, you marry to a savage, my dear son. Okay? So this is what it is. I want to make sure our daughters out there understand what they are about, what they're heading to in life, and so forth and so forth. I just want to, you know, just a little quick word out there for those of our savages who feel that they can continue engaging into sabotaging activity around my work. Well, I have a bad news for them. Now, going forward, any sabotaging activity you bring around my channel, you will pay the price for it. All right? I cast it in the universe. You will be removed from this earth. So God's mission of awakening his children and healing them shall continue. All right? Don't mess with me. You don't like me, you click. I'm not the one who showed you how to disrespect your mothers and so on. You don't like my vibe, you go. If you come on my channel, I have decreed it in the universe. Anybody, I don't care who they are, engaging into sabotaging activity around my work, let the creator, the unkulus, the elevated ancestors, remove them in any form of shape they see fit. I give them that right to deal with you. You don't like my work, click off. Don't come and, you know, start reporting my page because you see me live. You know, you keep up with those activities, this year won't end. You're going to be history. So you are one. I'm tired of dealing with savages. Now, to my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, we have to understand that getting the African feminine back on her throne is everybody's duty because we all depend on her. We all depend on her being well, and healthy, for us to be well and healthy. Even when mama has missing teeth, is our mom. We don't insult her, we don't drag her and invite the world, because if us African girls get out there and start insulting our mothers because we feel, oh, I'm married so I can go off on those who are not married. I'm this, so we playing the supremacist game when we do that. Okay, my beautiful children. So check later on Patreon. I have the routine of what every African princess and girl needs to do, how we connect to our divine creator, Tata Nzambe, how we connect to our armies, our soldiers, our guards in the spirit realm every day. So follow me on Patreon if you are interested to start your life as the African woman God called you on earth to be. Until next time, my beauties, peace in your homes, love in your heart, and unity, for without which we are doomed. Until next time. Mwah. Wow!